Hello everyone, welcome to the Loot Drop YouTube channel. Today we're here with Elliot, who came third with his Eldlich deck in the Heart of the Underdog tournament today. How do you feel the deck was today?
Unexpected things happened. Ratios weren't where they probably should be. That probably impacted the result. Had to make some last minute changes that probably impacted a few things. Overall, played well, liked the hands I got. Dials were fine. Yeah, it was overall good. I mean,
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's Eldlich, so not exactly high expectations of gameplay, you know.
Show us some damn cards.
So we start with, 3 of the golden boy, the perfect boy. He's beautiful in every way.
So how come you're running 3 instead of 2?
3 because we're currently living in the Cash-Tira world, where cash is
In Heart of the Underdog.
everywhere. In Heart of the Underdog, it's mainly because, Dim Shift is still around, DD Crow's still around. Banishing card, if you banish Eldlich, it's really problematic for me. And so running 3s just felt right. 2 is fine, it's just that if you lose them, you lose them. Also, drawing them's fine. Drawing 2 is a bit iffy, but it's okay. So that's enough of him. 2, Inspector Border. He didn't come up today. I wish he did. He's crazy. I should be running 3, to be honest, because I could draw him more. But yeah, he just makes the deck so toxic. But he didn't come up today, so there's that. I wish he did though. Then we have no comment. Then we have Triple Ash, kind of standard. Kind of you have to run it nowadays. I mean you've always kind of had to run it, but now kind of more than ever. Yep, nothing much to say about that. Then we have our little Kaiji package, which is mainly I did play that specifically. I think it was for Traptrix, because I was kind of saw it coming. I was like, oh, if I can Kaiju over Sarah, that's kind of cute.
And then you didn't even play me.
I didn't even play you. I know. and it I don't think they actually came up once. None of these came up. I mean, most of the actually cards I played through were Eldlich cards. Didn't get to see the Kaijus, didn't see Inspector Border, didn't see the next card that's coming up. It was just Eldlich being Eldlich. It's just the guy being the guy. Yeah, these felt nice. It's me because I run these ones specifically because they're light and you can summon them under Barrier Statue of the Heavens. Which you can shame me now. You can cuss me out. Yes, I'm running Barrier Statue of the Heavens. It's crazy. Not a lot of lights running around nowadays. So yeah, it makes sense. You have to hard draw it though. You can't summon it. You can't search it any other way. You have to hard draw it. Yeah, didn't see it though. All day, didn't see it. All the busted cards didn't see, which is just great. Love to see it. Yeah, not much of him. Then you have Necro Banshee. Zombie World's technically a floodgate, but it just makes your opponent's life a little bit harder, which is just Eldritch's dream. Just make your opponent's life a little bit more like hell.
Miserable. Absolutely miserable.
If you like misery, then play Eldlich. You will inflict plenty upon your opponent. Yeah, I've been playing zombies as a deck for a while, and that it just felt like a natural transition to keep her along for the ride. Then we have 3 Curse Elvand. I've seen some people play 2, which seems crazy to me, because it's literally your whole engine. If you could get this out at any point, you just have your engine ready to go. Sending its Grace's Grave with Eldritch Effect, it's just, you just pop off from there. I don't know why you would ever run 2. If someone can explain that to me, I'd like to see a decent explanation, but I'm waiting to see it. I mean, drawing 2 is a bit bad, but other than that, you really want to see this. And you'll definitely see it, because we also run triple Prospeed. Yeah, you need to see your combo pieces, or your control pieces. If you don't see them, you're just stuck. If Eldritch doesn't draw right, you're kind of just sitting there doing nothing, just waiting for your opponent to win, which is often the case sometimes if you don't draw anything. Then we do triple Super Poly, which probably shouldn't be legal under little starlight there, little starlight lad. Compliments to the cameraman for that one.
I pulled that.
Yep, he did, and I bought it the same day.
I gave you a good price for it.
You did, you really did. Yeah, Super League's like, I will play it until it gets banned. That's it. It's just so good. Looks really well into Zombie World. You just make Jake and Necro. Garura is, I don't know why they printed it. It just makes Super Poi like 10 times better. I can't tell why this card is still at 3, let alone legal. Yeah, play it until it's banned. That's all it. That's what I have to say about it. We do one Black Awakening. This is the one that specials from deck.
Yeah, so it's still there.
I was tempted to play 2 at some points because it just feels really nice to get Eldlich on the board really quickly. But considering you can search it with the Golden Land spell, the traps, then it just felt, oh okay, then I want them more because they have more interaction with my opponent. Yeah, one feels fine. Actually, the one I do more is White Destiny. Because White Destiny is the ones from Grave or Hand as well. It's a way of, so say if they get rid of Eldlich, and like during the turn you're like, okay, I officially have nothing on board, but I still have the Golden Land spell trap set. I can still bring Eldlich back with this without having to, because Eldlich is a quick Grave effect, unfortunately isn't a quick effect, but I can get him back with this to then have the opportunity to use the Golden Land spell traps. It's just a nicer way of keeping yourself protected. Because Eldlich also does have a big booty, and not everything is big wacky backy at the moment. This is my spicy tech that I love resolving. It's my favourite thing in the world. Magic Planter. Just destroy a continuous trap, draw 2. It's the funniest thing in the world when you resolve it. I wish I resolved it more. I used to play 2, but one time I drew 2 and 0 continuous traps, and that was the worst day of my life. So yeah, never do 2 again. I mean, you probably play 0, but it's so funny I couldn't resist. Then we do 1 Harpies, because I was anticipating going up against Trap Tricks today, but it didn't happen, so you know.
This card sucks against Trap Tricks, you suck.
Yeah, I know. Oh, actually, it does suck now because of the new thingy. The new I forget what it's called. The new
Arachnacantha.
That one. It does, yeah, but it was like, okay, but if it doesn't have that, then I just win. Yeah, I mean, it's basically also, you know, probably keep it in for like Labyrinth matchups or whatever if that ever comes up. Then we have Zombie World. You know, might as well. If you're playing Necro Banshee, might as well play Zombie World as well.
Yeah, you normally run those two together.
Usually, yeah. And then Callby, Ash Hurts in this deck. If they ash your Sanguine, your Cursed Eldland. There's a secret one. Can't really tell. Ash Hurts a lot. So you need Callby. Just have to. And you have triple Sanguine. It's just so good. Being able just to get a big bungus out of the deck, or even if you already have Eldlich, you can get out Necro Banshee, then immediately with Necro Banshee effect go into Zombie World, so it's just a really nice way of just kind of getting yourself really in a good board position. And the Grave effect to get the Golden Land spell traps is always nice because then you just get most likely Conk, or depending on the matchup, Hakero. Remember that came up against I think it was Tyr. I think because they do Tyr effect in Grave, I'd just be like, oh Hakero, I just searched out a DD Crow, and that was it. So it's just really nice. But yeah, pretty crazy. If they ash it though, you are pretty boned. 2 Hakero, and then 3 Conquistador of the Golden Land. Yeah, I prefer Conk's a really good one because he's just a popper face-up card, which is. In some matchups that's not great because your opponent can just set 4 and pass and you just this Conk is now dead. Say like Labyrinth Trap Tricks, it's just dead. But Hakero, you don't really want to draw it that much because you would rather use it as a utility card that you can just search whenever. But it's also, if I send Curse Eldland to the grave with Eldritch effect, I'm most likely going to dump Hakero because I'm more likely to have Conk already about to go into the grave for whatever reason, and then I already have Hakero in the grave. So during the end phase I can just do both to search out 2 Elixir cards. then that makes it really makes the crackback really good. I realised I did that wrong. There we go. And then we do 2 strike and 1 judgment. It's really good. I mean, I can't lie. I mean, sometimes the rulings for me are a bit icky. We don't talk about that though.
Yeah, I don't think you really understand how they work.
No. I often look to coaches and go, "What am I doing?" I would rather. I think next time I would do 3 strike, 2 judgment, because if your opponent harpies or lightning storms you do lose, unfortunately. So having more judgments will probably be nicer for that, but unfortunately it's still a bit of a pricey card, which, considering the money I've spent recently, I can't do that. But yeah, in the future, more judgment, more strikes, just interact, make your opponent's life a bit more misery as possible.
Because that's what we have.
That's what we're doing here. That's all what I'm about.
That's what Yu-Gi-Oh's about.
That's what Yu-Gi-Oh's about. If your opponent doesn't hate you at the end, you're doing it wrong. You're doing something wrong. And finally, the newest card, apart from this, the Swamp Deity. It came up once or twice, and it felt pretty nice. But I think if you were, because in an ideal world, I would be running Skill Drain and maybe Ghost in this. But because of my kind soul, I chose not to play them today.
Mm-hmm.
My kind undead grey heart. I can't.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty. Even if by itself it's just a single negate, so it feels pretty good. A part of me was tempted to run the new monster that searches continuous traps with it, because then you can just search it and just get a free negate out of it. But I'm still going to have to test that a bit, just because it doesn't feel. Because if you draw it and nothing else, it's just a bit weird. But that's it for the main deck. We on to extra deck. We do Vampire Sucker, because with Zombie Watch is pretty crazy because you can just summon any monster from your opponent's grave and instantly just draw a card. So it's just nice to have that bit of like draw power occasionally. And if you have like the traps left over after you've done your thing, then you can just link those 2 off into her and instantly have something on the crackback. And then you do Unicorn, because Unicorn's good. Nothing else to say, Unicorn's just very good. And you do Liner, because you can make Liner, and while lights aren't as like around as maybe they used to be, and I just think it's just good to have just in case. Then you go for that's enough to links. You go Xyz, you go Pleiades, because you can make it with the traps, and it's the funniest thing in the world when you do. Unfortunately, you can't do it at the same time that you do. For a lot of these extra cards, you can't do it at the same time you activate Sanguine or any of the Eldlich cards, because after that after you activate them, you can only special summon zombies. But this is like, it's like if you can do it, it's pretty crazy. Then we go to Ptolemy, because we want to make Zeus, and Zeus is lovely. We love Zeus here. And then same reason for Gustav Max. This is for time. I love Gustav Max. Actually, no, you can actually use this to OTK. If you have an Eldlich that is 2500, and then the Eldlich that's 2500 if you use the Grave Effect, attack directly for 6k, main phase 2, make this, then deal the last 2k. It's the funniest thing in the world. I love it so much when it happens. And then you go leave, because you want to make Zeus, and then, Zeus. Zeus is really nice here. I don't go into it as much as I can it does require a lot of setup, and usually at that point you've already kind of won the game. But if it does come up, it's really useful. Those. Then my 2 spicy Xyz texts for the deck are Wind Up Arsenal Zen Mao and Sky Palace Gangari Day. This is just for back row removal, because you can't exactly make Tornado Dragon in the deck, but it's just a nice way of saying, oh, if I don't go against back row and I don't draw Harpies, I can just make the guy and then just continue on from there. He's also 2600 attack, which isn't bad. And Gangari Day is just... I'd never make him. I'd always make Gustav Max, but it's just the funniest thing in the world that I can make him, and it's great. And if it comes up, it comes up, but it's just so funny to me. Then the rest of the extra deck is just your kind of your classic super poly targets. You have Garura, 2 Dragostapelia, Mud Dragon, and Dragon Soul. This one because you make it with Zombie World. Again, they're so good, you can't really not play them because they're just to make Garura is just too powerful. I probably would cut down on the Dragostapelias because I mainly ran those because of the branded matchup, but that's not as common here as it might be at any other regional YTS. So I'll probably cut that down a bit and then maybe add more utility in extra deck other than just half of it being super poly targets. My dragon probably comes up the most because not every deck is guaranteed to share the same type. Yeah, and so that usually comes up a lot. Yeah, that's it for the extra deck. And then we move to the side. Not all the sleeves are the same because I had to make some last minute changes, but it'll be 2 Book of Eclipse. I was too lazy to take it out, but usually it's for the cash matchup. It's pretty crazy in general anyway, so I'm surprised it took us this long to be like, oh yeah, Book of Eclipse. Pretty nice. Then it's 1 Twin Twister because I panicked. Not gonna lie, this entire side deck is like pure panic incarnate. And you go 3 Lightning Storm.
Oh yeah, we love trap
because we hate trap tricks and we hate Generator. Yeah, Generator, go get dunked on. Oh god, if the feature, I should know why. Then 3 Even Lane. Again, we hate Generator, we hate trap tricks here. They're awful decks, terrible. Then we have Nibiru. Nibiru just feels pretty good right now in the current format. Wouldn't take out for anything in the world. Then it's 2 Dim Shifter. I'd probably take out the Twin Twister because 1 Twister is just weird for the 3rd Dim Shifter. But again, panic, and that's it. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Elliot, for the deck profile.
That's okay.
And we'll see you guys next time.